and we are being the magician. But we're not going to get upset, right? We're going to surrender because we're doing our 50% with creating it. And then we have to see what comes in. We have to see when the birds before land starts arriving and not get too excited. Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk about things life, love, spirituality, love, attraction, all of that juicy goodness. We are here for a quick page pull. I almost said card pull, but we're going to do both. We're actually going to do a page pull and a card pull. I have 3 books here with me. I have Creating Money. So if anybody's looking to create more money in their life, and when I say create, I mean either using your gifts to generate more income or creating money from thin air, learning how to venture into the world of using your thoughts to manifest or materialize money to you. And then I have Inviting Angels into Your Life. So a little message from our archangels. And then I have a spirit animal book. And then I have Micah Magic, my deck that I created in memory of my daughter. If you guys are new to my channel, I had a daughter in 2012. She's my little angel. And she unfortunately passed away when she was 6 weeks old from a muscle myopathy. It was called Nemeline myopathy. And we were not aware of it during my pregnancy. When she was born, she wasn't moving her arms and legs. As you can imagine, that was a really hard time for me and a hard time for my family and her father. And it was just something that completely uprooted us. And then we didn't get a diagnosis of what she had the whole time she was alive. They poked her, they prodded her, they did every test they could on her. She went through a surgery or two. She had MRIs done and they couldn't diagnose her. And then 6 months later, they took a muscle biopsy from her quadricep and they found out that she had Nemeline myopathy. And I think it was a 1 in 50,000 chance of a baby being born with it. There was nothing that I did. It's not genetic. I think there's 2 types of these myopathies. There's type 1, type 2. And the type that I had is not genetic. So if I choose to have more kids, it won't happen again, but I would be considered high risk. So they would probably test for that early on. But long story short, after her passing, I started to go see mediums. I didn't believe in them at the time, and they opened me up to this entire lifestyle. So I always say my daughter awakened me, and my throat chakra always gets a little scratchy, or I burp or I hiccup when it's a message you all need to hear. And it's my guides interrupting me. I'm clairsentient, so I use my body as my work. So I feel everything. I get messages through my body. So anyway, I was guided one day to create an entire deck. There's 100 cards in this deck, and so many of my viewers love that deck. It's kind of like a manifestation deck. And I'm just really proud of it. So I felt guided to make that for my community so that they could purchase the deck and pull cards every day and get messages from my little Micah and me, and just bring a little bit more confirmation and magic into your life. And then we have the Gateway Oracle. I love this deck. This is what it looks like. Lots of beautiful messages. And then we're going to use the Spirit Animal Oracle. I just saw the bumblebee at the bottom. And if you guys did not know this, anytime I pull a card from the bottom of the deck, that's always talking about the subconscious. So it's what whoever is watching this, it's what's in your subconscious. Spirit is bringing that through. Okay, so I'm kind of not sure what I want to start with right now. Oh, they just said Spirit Animal Book. Okay, so we're going to start here. Okay, so what I like to do is, this is what I would always do when I was struggling in my life. I would say, Spirit, I need your guidance. God, I need your guidance. And I would just find a book in a bookstore, or I would find a book in my house, and I would close my eyes and I say, please bring me the message I need to hear today. So I share these because I encourage you all to do this. This builds your connection to you and your intuition and your guides and your angels. Okay, wow, we have the fox. The fox says, trust your intuition and be wary of someone you're involved with who's attempting to trick you in some way. Your intelligence and ingenuity are more useful right now than confrontation and righteousness. It's better for you to remain in the background and exert an influence from that position than to take an active leadership role. It's best to blend into your surroundings, move with stealth, and keep your intentions to yourself. It's important at this time to break out of your social conditioning and express yourself more freely. When I first looked at the fox, it looks like he's like sticking his tongue out, doesn't it? But it's just his mouth. So somebody's being told, I always say, keep your tentacles to yourself. Blend in. That's what the octopus does. The octopus blends in so he doesn't get hurt, so he doesn't get manipulated, so he doesn't get trampled over. He like becomes the stone underneath the water, or he becomes the coral, or he becomes whatever it is. He changes shape, he changes color, and he just observes. So wherever you are in your life right now, the conditioning, the social conditioning is saying, break free from the pattern of what you've always done. Do not go wherever you're going and don't try to be seen. Try to like blend in and just observe, because somebody might be stealth-like. Somebody might be manipulative. Okay. All right, let's get another animal to confirm that message. I think that message is for me to not fall back into an old pattern. Yeah. Okay. Now we have the peacock. Let it shine. So this is a heart chakra awakening for somebody. And when you hold back and you don't repeat a pattern, you are literally opening up that heart chakra and you're saying, I did it. I didn't continue down the same path of pain and suffering, because when you're in pain and suffering, this does not happen. There is not light coming out of here. It's closed. It feels like anxiety. It feels like worrying about somebody not loving you or somebody hurting you. Where the peacock is like, I'm going to shine my feathers and I am not going to worry about that anymore because I am safe and I am protected. So that could mean a peaceful love partner could be coming in for you, and you're letting yourself be seen so that they can find you. Okay, let's do Micah magic. First two that popped out. You are the magician, birds before land. Okay, I love this one. This is the only reason why I feel bad about my deck, that if people order it and maybe they don't know all the meanings of all the phrases on the card, most of the cards are self-explanatory, but like birds before land, you have to be a part of the manifesting community to understand this one. So this is an analogy where when you're out at sea and you're on a boat, right? And you're like, where's land? Are we getting close? I don't know if we're getting close. You'll start to see birds, right? You'll start to see birds. And you're like, oh, land is close because we're seeing birds. So in relation to our reality right now, when we're manifesting something, we might be manifesting a partner. Well, you might be seeing couples that are truly in love and they're high vibrational couples, and you're seeing them everywhere. Those are the birds, okay? Another thing could be, maybe you are about to get a ton of money and all of a sudden you're in a cafe and you overhear the person behind you saying they just got, a $50,000 bonus at their corporate job or something. So because you're magnetized to sit near that person, you are now opening up to, oh, wow, I'm a match to this because I just heard it. That means it's going to happen to me next. So I always tell my clients in those situations to say, I'm next. I am next. I am the next one to receive this manifestation. So you'll start to hear about your manifestation around you. That is birds before land. So do not, I repeat, do not get jealous. Okay. If somebody's getting something around you, do not get jealous. There's been so many times, to get personal real fast. I'm 42 and I'm single, and I've been single for like 12 years, maybe 11 years. I've had one partner that I lived with for 1 year in that time. And I've dated and done the things, but I have not found my person. I have not found the lid to my pot. And I cannot tell you guys, in the last 6 or 7 years, for the amount of times I've been coaching women, doing intuitive readings with random strangers in cute crystal shops or at reading parties or events, I have read probably hundreds of thousands of people, and mostly women. And guess what? I've seen a lot of them get married. I've seen them go from single life to married life. I see them now. Half of my students that I taught are now married with kids. And I could be sitting here going, that's not fair, universe. Why am I still single? This is so not fair. I'm not getting jealous. I'm not getting angry at every reading that I was doing, saying, hey, somebody's going to come into your reality. And then I would be right. They would call me 2 weeks later and say, Michelle, I met my dream man. And then I see them getting married on Instagram a year later. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally predicted that. Or my angels did, not me, but I brought that message through to them and then they would message me. So how many times has that happened, right? I held my ground and I said, I'm happy for them. because I don't know their full story. They might have been single longer than me before that. So we don't know everybody's story, and we're all living in our own bubble. So we do not compare, and we do not get upset when somebody else is getting joy, because they deserve it. You have no idea what they've been through. You don't know their internal struggles. You don't know their external struggles. And it might seem like somebody has an easy life, but you have no idea. Okay. And also, to be honest, there's past lives too, or parallel lives, as they say, because time doesn't exist. So that person could have had a really, really awful past life right before this lifetime. And now this is their lifetime to travel, to have a bunch of money, to vacation. So you can't get mad at anybody else experiencing the manifestations that you're wishing to experience. We just observe it and see it as, oh, this is birds before land. This is a sign that I am next. And remember, you're the magician. So this is saying, sit tight. You're the creator of that. So if you get into jealous mode, or if you get into like, oh, woe is me, this isn't happening to me, it's been 12 years, where's my partner? I'm creating that. So I have to be super mindful of my thoughts, and you have to be super mindful of your thoughts to not be thinking that, because you're the creator of your reality. Okay. I'm leaning forward because I do not have a table right here. The table's over here. So just so you guys know, oh, Mother Mary's here. Don't we love her? Thank you, Mother Mary. When I get that card, it's a real strong message that there's a mother energy around me right now. It could be your mother, it could be your grandmother, it could literally be Mother Mary, but it's a mother energy where she's coming through saying, I got you. I'm going to handle the situation. Everything's going to be okay. You're being admired online. Okay, so if you're on TikTok, if you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, Facebook, somebody's observing you and saying, wow, he or she is exactly what I've been looking for. And they're so inspirational, or they're so kind, or you can just feel their energy in a photo. So somebody's saying that about you right now. Maybe it's your guides. Thank your guides for all you have. So before a manifestation can arrive, before we can really appreciate life and really feel into joy, a lot of times the starting point is gratitude. 100%. If like right now it's raining outside and I just came inside and I was like, you know what? Most people are probably like, oh my God, it's so wet and cold today and rainy. And I'm like, oh, I love rainy days. I love when it feels like a cleanse, or it's an excuse to lay on the couch or to sit out back underneath an overhang and just listen to the rain and cozy up with somebody that you love, or even by yourself or with your pets. You know, seeing every situation as good and being grateful that you're experiencing it. And then thanking your guides for bringing you the opportunity to experience that moment, or bringing you the birds before land. You can do that too. You can thank your guides for bringing you the confirmation that your manifestation is going to come. Okay, make the change and you will feel amazing. And I just got reminded, my guides just reminded me, thank you guides, that in the last 2 days, I have done client calls with people who were previously hospitalized with suicidal ideation and severe depression. And their family members are calling me saying, Michelle, like, I don't know what else to do. You know, the hospital didn't work, the therapist isn't working. Could you please speak to my loved one and just offer some advice? They're not spiritual. Don't tell them about cards. Because you don't want to freak them out. So these people who are struggling are not into spirituality, but I believe they're waking up and their soul is coming online, and the mind is not happy with it. And the mind feels like it's dying. Suicide is serious, but a lot of times these suicidal thoughts are because the mind and the ego are kind of getting louder and louder. They're saying, life's never going to get any better. This person just broke up with me and I just can't live anymore. And all these things are happening, or I can't handle this addiction one more minute. And these are serious topics. And a lot of times it's because they're having a spiritual awakening and they don't know it. And I get on a call with them and I get on the phone with them. The last 2 calls that I did were so miraculous. And the 2 people ended the hour-long phone call and they felt light again. They felt bright again. They felt like possibility. They felt like things were going to get better. And I didn't use cards, and I just offered them whatever came through me. I used my intuition. I talked to my guides. I prayed so hard before both phone calls because I was so nervous, because I wanted to be able to show up for these people. And I was praying for my guides and angels to open their hearts to the messages that I would have for them. And we shifted them. We shifted both of them. And the messages that they sent to their loved ones right after the phone call was, I cried. I like cried all night because I was just like, oh my gosh, we're doing it. We're saving people. We're helping people, you know, to my guides and my angels, I'm talking, and to my daughter. But I was there too. I remember on a sad and rainy, gloomy day, thinking thoughts like life is never going to get any better. And that is the exact moment where you're on the brink of a massive change, where life is about to drop you so many wonderful things. And you just have to move beyond and transcend the mind and the ego and say, I'm going to hold the line and I'm not going to listen to these thoughts that are telling me it's over. Yes, there is something that's over. What's over is the old me. That's what's actually dying. Your life isn't ending. There's a version of you that is dying and falling away. And now you're ready to emerge like the beautiful butterfly that you are. And sometimes those people need to be reminded that they can be butterflies, that they are not trapped in this dark cocoon and there's no way out. So please pass this video on, pass this message on to anybody that's struggling with that right now. I feel like that's a really important message for somebody out there dealing with that or having a loved one who's dealing with that. You know, not everybody's into spirituality, not everybody's into cards, but we can pass on a message of, hey, you have no idea what could happen in the next minute, in the next hour. Your life could change in an instant in such a fun and positive way. And we do not give up and we hold the line and we keep going. Yeah, we have taking action. I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. Yep. You have no idea. In the next moment, you could be taking a leap of faith and you could be jumping into a new relationship. You could be jumping into a new job. You have no idea that your phone could, you know, blow up right now with a miracle. Okay. So remember that possibilities. It's not ironic that says I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities after I just said you have no idea what could happen in the next minute, in the next hour. Do not give up. We have simplify your life. So this looks like cleaning it up, cleaning up the clutter. Maybe clean your house. And in those times where you feel low and you feel a little lackluster, you just need a change of scenery. You need to move energy in your house. You need to do something to shift. You have to take action to shift your vibration. It says, I cherish the simple pleasures of life. And believe it or not, my depression, my anxiety, it all taught me that these small things like, you know, cleaning up the floor, vacuuming, cleaning my mirrors, or changing the sheets on my bed or hanging my sheets outside to get that crisp, cool air smell on them. Those small things they make up our life. They make us live a brighter life because we're appreciating the small moments in every moment, the tiny, tiny moments in each moment, right? So don't forget, you're letting yourself shine. You're opening up your heart more after you've been through a hard time. And you're getting birds before land. You're getting these like little clues that something's on the way. And your guides are saying, do not give up. Don't give up. You are so close. Okay, let's open up inviting angels into your life. Okay. I have to go to the chiropractor soon. I cannot wait to go get adjusted. I'll be getting adjusted for 3 times a week for a month, I think, since my car accident. Bad news, you guys. I think it's my C4 and C5. There might be another one, might be C3 or C2, but there's 2 of them that are sublux, and then there's 2 of them that are frozen. I think that's what he called it, frozen. It's like when I move my neck, they don't move. So I have to do a ton of rehab to nurse myself back to health. So that's the one downfall of the accident. And if you did not hear about the accident, I'll link a video here that you can go watch it, all about the magic that's happened. And I get my new car tomorrow. I'm so excited. They deposited the money for my Jeep yesterday, so cha-ching. Okay. Oh, Archangel. Is it Haniel? Haniel? I don't know how to pronounce it. Haniel? It's like Daniel. I don't know why I can't say that. Daniel Haniel. It's Haniel. It says grace of God. I'm going to read a little bit to you guys. I'm just going to randomly pick paragraphs to read. Archangel Haniel, whose name can be translated as grace of God, is a wonderful ally for those who consider themselves sensitive. Oh, it's a she. She is aligned with the energy of the moon. Ooh, and comes to us in that form with healing presence if we so desire. I need some healing. It says Haniel is the archangel most closely connected to natural healing modalities, such as crystals, essential oils, aroma, and light therapies, and so forth. As such, she is a very helpful friend in high places for those who receive such healing sessions and for those who offer them to others, which I did a Reiki session for somebody the other day too. If you are attracted to any of these natural healing modalities, and she put in quotes, I love crystals for obvious reasons, and you wish to work with Haniel, I feel like I'm pronouncing that so off. It will suffice to be clear about your intention and to call upon her to bring her wonderful energy of grace to the healing session, a bit like the exercise with Haniel and Crystal at the end of this section. Oh, they're talking about moon children. New humans are being born who do not fit easily into the molds and traditional roles that they were once that were the only choices in the past. For this reason, old structures are disintegrating and new ones must arrive to take their place. New institutions flexible enough to hold a humanity that is becoming more human. Wow. Only old souls are sensitive. From childhood on, that sensitivity can prompt or force us to build defenses around us to keep out negative energies. My own defendedness was like a castle with a moat and crocodiles, lots of crocodiles. But those defenses, necessary when we are children, do not serve us as adults. They do not keep out very much. We remain sensitive, and being in large groups or with negative people can suck the life right out of us. Excuse me. On the other hand, those defenses do block or diminish the strength of our hidden gifts or clairvoyance, the superpowers hidden behind all sensitivity. Haniel reminds us that we can let go of our defendedness, which does not help, and instead follow the example of the moon, a strategy that can help. Okay. So grace of God, Archangel Haniel, for healing, natural healing, and to get rid of being so defensive. Let your guard down, let your heart open up, allow healing energy to occur. A lot of times we have to heal through the heart. Okay, final message about money. Let's see. Okay, you may have been hearing whispers that let's try this again. Strike that, reverse it. You may have been hearing whispers that tell you it is time to consider new things. You may have found yourself thinking, I wish I had a better job, or I wish my work were more meaningful. A job you previously enjoyed may now be a routine or something you do because you need the money, not because you love it. What once was easy may have become difficult or boring. If you are hearing any of these inner messages, it is time to start examining your path. To create your life's work, do not feel you have to or should do something other than what you are doing. Forcing or pushing yourself usually results in resistance, not forward movement. You don't need to totally change your life. You can create your life's work gradually, one step at a time. What you are doing right now contains the seeds of your life's work. What you are seeking is to express your special skills more frequently and to use them in a way that provides you with a livelihood now or in the future. As you do more and more of what you love, you will create abundance in its highest form. A life that is fulfilling, alive, happy, and full of love. Do what you love and money will come. If anyone wants to screenshot that, hopefully I can get that there. So it's saying you don't have to create it all at once. We do a little bit at a time. It's kind of like moonlighting. You start to do the things on the weekend, in the evenings, or whenever you're not working at the job that's providing you with money and supplies and a home over your head and everything. So take baby steps. And this is a huge piece. Open up those eyes, ears, and hearts. The universe will bring you your next steps. People are messengers, okay? People are going to bring you your next steps. They're going to say, hey, you should take this yoga class, or hey, you should read this book, or maybe you should start a podcast. I really love listening to your voice. And then you go somewhere else and someone says the same exact thing to you. Okay. You can also ask your guides and angels to bring you clarity about, starting a podcast or about taking a class. I was on a client call last night, and this lovely woman was wondering if she should sign up for yoga teacher training. And I told her, I was like, you know what, when you're in doubt and when you're in fear and you're not sure if it's the right thing, it's an hour away. She'd have to travel a lot on the weekends. Um, and she's going in the winter season. She's in the Midwest, so the winters aren't very easy to maneuver through. So she's like, Michelle, I don't know what to do. I said, okay, this is what I would do. Let's ask our guides. Universe, guides, angels, please make it laughable. Make it so obvious. Bring us a sign if this yoga teacher training is part of my client's path, right? Then we kept on with the session, and we said, in the next 3 days, please bring us a clear sign that she should take this class. Well, again, we continued on with the session. Maybe like 15 minutes later, I started pulling cards, and I forget what deck it was, but we pulled a card that literally said, take a class. And we were both laughing like, okay, thank you guys. We got the message. And it was literally instantaneous. So now she has confidence and she can move forward knowing, okay, that was the breadcrumb, somebody mentioning it to me. And then she booked a session with me. And then we confirmed it in the session. So now she feels like it feels right. She was having dreams about the yoga teacher. So it's like we're going to get communication and these breadcrumbs from all these different angles to point us down which path to take. So you can trust that. Okay. And if you need a session like that, if you need help confirming your intuition and feeling into how to pray and how to ask and how to co-create and basically how to be the magician, it's a 50-50. Half of our life is co-created by us, right? We're thinking thoughts that are generating a vibration, a frequency, and then we're taking, the path down that way. And then the other 50% is what our higher self, what the universe, what God has planned for us. And we have free will. So they might have something planned for us, but we might not take action. Like she might not take that yoga teacher training, and that might just move her down a different road for a while. And she might get to the destination in a different way. We don't know. But I believe that the universe and God is 50%, and then we're the other 50%. We're the ones that actually have to move. We have to take action. You cannot sit on these things. A lot of people in the manifestation community, they fear the phrase taking action because they feel like it's hard. But guess what? The action that you're meant to take, it's fun, it's light, it's easy. It's like, oh, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. A lot of times the action is, let me call a lawyer to get started with my divorce. Let me call a realtor because maybe I'll list my house on the market and just see how much I can get for it. Once you take that one small action, now all of a sudden you're getting all this feedback back, and somebody puts an offer on your house over asking. Now you know that you're in alignment. It feels good. It feels easy. It's happening fast. A lot of times when you're on the right path, the universe makes things flow, and it makes it easy, and it brings the right people to help you. For example, my car accident, I literally was brought all the people I needed. I got the check for my Jeep within 9 days of the accident. Some people wait months to get that insurance check. I got the right people to help me with my medical stuff. I got a neurologist appointment the same week, which is unheard of. It's like all of these things are happening for me. And I believe it's because each day I wake up and I write on my whiteboard what I want to create. I'm going to have the perfect doctor that's going to fit all my needs, and they're going to match my values. I'm going to find the perfect neurologist. I'm going to find the perfect new car. And we are being the magician. But we're not going to get upset, right? We're going to surrender because we're doing our 50% with creating it. And then we have to see what comes in. We have to see when the birds before land starts arriving and not get too excited and say, okay, now it's time for me to take action and make the change, do something different, raise my vibration, take the yoga class, book the session with me. A lot of times when you confirmation, I just almost like choked. When you sign up to do the work for yourself, to uncover your triggers and to uncover why you're not taking action, you're like, no wonder why my life is a standstill, because I'm not doing anything. And I'm thinking everything's supposed to come to me. In the manifestation community, they're very brainwashed, thinking they don't have to take action. And when we manifest, it just shows up at our door. Some things can, but most of it, your soul's growth and evolution, which means you have to leap. You got to move forward. You have to simplify your life. You have to let go of the partnership that's not serving you, which is incredibly hard. But like I said, book a session with me if you need help. I'm going to be opening up my coaching program again on January 1st. We're going to start the new year, 2025, with a new group. We're going to do 7 to 10 women, and we are going to transform you. It's called Soul Accelerator. I'm going to leave it on the screen here. Go to my website, read about it. I've run this program twice already. I've had amazing results. So many women have leveled themselves up. They've learned to love themselves. They've learned to set boundaries. They learn to choose better. They learn to rest and not let their mind control them. And they're manifesting like crazy. So if you want to join my coaching program, stay tuned, go to my site, sign up early, get on the wait list. You can even put a deposit down to guarantee your seat in there because it will fill up fast. Both programs filled up pretty fast. They filled up in almost 3 days. So I just want to let you guys know that I am going to be offering that for a third time. It's going to be January 1st. We're going to start off the new year together. So let's simplify your life. Start this program with me, and we're going to start to weed out all the things that are blocking you from moving forward and receiving all of your desires. And remember, if you need any kind of healing, you're going to call on Archangel Haniel. And then creating money, you're going to do what you love, and you're going to slowly start to integrate your passion work in the evenings, on the weekends. You're going to watch how the universe is going to bring you more money because you're doing that. You're going to remember that Mother Mary is here to guide you. You're the magician, birds before land, and thank your guides for all you have. And don't forget, you are hot stuff. You're being admired online, but you need to admire you. Okay. That is the only thing that will ever fulfill you in this lifetime is self-love. Don't look for it outside of you. You admire yourself online. I highly recommend that. Go back and watch old videos of yourself, watch old posts that you've made, look at yourself in the eyes and be like, I am proud of her. I am proud of him. Okay. And nurture the heck out of yourselves. All right, lovies, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for supporting me, my daughter, and our channel. All right. Peace out.